share another topic because a new college major puts a different spin on the term higher education. Northern Michigan University is launching the first program to allow students to major in medicinal plant chemistry, aka we're talking marijuana. So this is a program, first of its kind in the country, to prepare students for a career in the marijuana industry, which with legalization of marijuana in many, many states.
Okay. Supply and demand.
You know what, I think that something like this could definitely benefit the medical community in the long term. And just to be fair, the pot business does employ about 230,000 people, and that's about the number of dental hygienists in the United States. But with that being said, I mean, I feel like that would be hard to call home and say, hey, Mom and Dad, I'm majoring in marijuana. Like, I feel like that would be a conversation. Would anybody agree to
that?
that?
Mom and Dad are.
That's right.
I mean, if you grew up in that generation, and there are a lot of kids, millennials now, that their parents who grew up
doing that. I don't know. I'm curious. Everybody, would you have extra questions, or would you just say, oh, that's great? Major in marijuana. So we have a few people who would be excited.
But listen, I mean, this is right, and I think that is part of the issue, is maybe what your parents would think. But you know, my concern as a neuropsychologist is what it does to our young minds in terms of their brain development, because we talk so much about what marijuana does to your brain development when you start early, when you start in your early to mid-teens. But we don't talk that much about the impact when you're in your early to mid-20s. And there was a study of students between 18 to 29. And if you use marijuana more than one time a week, which let's be real, people who are using marijuana probably use it more than once a week, you will have impaired executive functioning, which is your frontal lobe, decision-making, all the things that you need to be a really successful adult. That's not developed until your mid-20s, so you're really putting a kibosh on that. And also things like your short-term memory. I mean,
isn't there a difference? Because when I first read this, I thought this is kind of ridiculous, mainly because I'm thinking these students are paying $20,000 to learn how to grow marijuana. I personally would just get an internship at a marijuana farm and learn how and make money. Well, I mean, to me, some things are better learned in practice, but if this is legal, we need people to grow it in a way where, especially if a patient is medically using it, we need people who are smart scientifically, who understand as we move into more studies, well, okay, this is a plant that actually is high in certain cannabinoids. Cannabinoids don't always have the same effect of THC, so it's not necessarily getting high. Okay, and this chemical basis may be better for seizures. So from that perspective, I was like, you know what? If that's the intention, I can understand why.
Do you kind of commend the school for starting this, because it kind of legitimizes and maybe hopefully propels it to be educated by scientists, people who might actually know.
Look, no offense to the University of Northern Michigan, but I hadn't heard of this university, and this is a way to get them on the map a little bit. We're talking about them, and so for them,
I mean, what do you do for 4 years?
4 years, that's a lot of marijuana talk.
Drew, no offense, but there are a lot of kids who go to college for 4 years and don't do a whole lot. So, you know,
they sort of minor in pot inadvertently.
I mean, what you put into it.
We went on the website before this show, and they said that they're anticipating huge number of people enrolling to study.
In fact, this is my last show to the doctors. I'm getting a new degree. What's the degree?
We're going to the avocado business. We're going to grow
we did decide that. Can you major in that? But okay, so
you have avocado and marijuana.
Actually, this is
going to be hungry. So you smoke the marijuana and then you eat the avocado.
Is it actually
a delicious dish with marijuana sprinkled on top of the avocado on top of a salad? You can still be plant-based, Dr. Travis. Very plant-based, am I right?
Yeah. Well, you know what? Really quickly, I don't know the answer to this. I know that there are schools now that offer courses in, for instance, craft beer.
Yeah.
Is there a major? Does anyone know? Is there a major in, for instance, craft beer?
Well, there's a major in wine studies of enology, University of California, Davis.
Why did I study math?
Well,
what was I thinking?
I mean, think about it. Davis is located right adjacent to California's wine country, and you can major in wine sciences.
You can. I definitely definitely support medicinal marijuana. I'm glad we're taking steps to learn more about it, but I just don't know about paying to go to school for 4 years just to learn about marijuana. I mean, I don't know.
Learn it for free, maybe.
Well, there are brewing organizations in schools. Maybe you have some specific look. You come to this program.
For a month or two, not for 4 years. Yeah.
I mean, does anyone know this? I should have looked this up. What is the mascot for University of Northern Michigan? Is it a little marijuana plant?
They might change the mascot. You know, they might vote on that right after this major's been established.
Maybe.
We'll be right back.